Hi, I'm Lynn Bridgeford from the Bios, and today in our series on mental health and coaching, we're going to talk about hypnotherapy. What is it? How can it help us? And partly, what is it not? So hypnotherapy is a recognised treatment. It's recognised in the UK, the General Hypnotherapy Council, and there are qualifications you can get in America. The ones in England are a little bit more stringent, it seems. Well, it seemed so when I was doing it. So hypnotherapy is very different from being hypnotized and the stigma that goes with that on shows, because hypnotherapy is something that we do naturally. It's going into a trance. So if we look at our day-to-day lives, there are many things we do in a trance. There is a driving trance. Once you know how to drive, you don't think about everything you do. Part of you is present, part of you is talking, perhaps navigating, and it happens and you get from A to B safely. And if something happens that you need to take action, you are there because you are in a waking trance. So driving is a trance because we don't have to think about it once we know how to do it. Making my coffee in the morning is a trance. I do it, I don't have to think about how I do it. I do it, and for me that's a ritual, and many rituals become a trance, and that's something we do automatically. So how can we use this therapeutically? If we look at, if you've ever done yoga relaxation, yoga nidra is a form of relaxation. There can be visualizations that are talk-throughs. When you are trained in hypnotherapy and aware of language and positive representations and keeping things ecological, in other words, keeping things good for the person who's undergoing hypnotherapy and having their best interests at heart. These are all ethical, ecological things to consider. So is it safe? Well, is relaxation safe? So it is a little like a guided relaxation. So it's not just woolly and airy-fairy. It's a way of being in contact with our unconscious mind. So that part of us that knows everything. Our conscious mind thinks in small parts and in between 2 and 7 things and deals with logic and structure and how things should be. Our unconscious mind knows everything. It knows everything that's ever happened to us. It's looking after us. On an unconscious level, our being is taking care of us. Now this may sound crazy. We've all had experiences where we just know something, and we know from some previous experience what's good for us, what's not good for us. Sometimes our unconscious just seems to know things, and we have a sense. You might call it sixth sense. It's not creepy, it's normal, because we are much more than our physical body and our brains. So taking someone into a hypnotic trance, a therapeutic trance, would be for a particular purpose. Perhaps somebody wants to feel more confident or be more sure about something. So there would be a discussion first of all of what's needed and gather some information, and then the voice of the therapist may change. There is such a thing as a hypnotic voice, and that starts to relax people. Sometimes people go to sleep or feel like they've gone to sleep. Sometimes they remember everything. Sometimes they feel like they've just had a little dream and come out refreshed. Sometimes things happen after hypnotherapy that we don't expect, and they're positive things. We may find that we're looking for more confidence, and suddenly in the next few days we see that we are more confident because the therapist has taken us into a place where we can access things we know about confidence and good things about ourselves and positive internal representations. Every situation will be handled differently. Every therapeutic relationship between client and therapist is different, and that's an important part of the relationship. And there are even different kinds of hypnotherapy. One of the fathers of hypnotherapy is Milton Erickson, and he lived in America, and he advocated wearing purple and speaking in a very deep voice. The Ericksonian way of working with hypnotherapy is very much based on the therapist also working with their unconscious mind to help the client to have a better rapport with their unconscious mind that always wants the best for them. So when going into a trance, you would start with a level of consciousness, you go down, 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 and then you're brought back out again and back into consciousness. During this trance, various techniques will be used to encourage the client to connect with their resources and with their best selves, to help them with whatever they want to achieve or let go of. This may be by way of telling stories or metaphors or feeding back information that the client has given about themselves and what makes them feel good, what makes them feel strong. So when the client is brought out of the trance, they tend to feel deeply relaxed, just as you would doing yoga nidra or a relaxation or a guided visualization. There are similarities. The difference with working with a trained hypnotherapist is they are aware of the language and the use of the language to empower the client to be in touch with their best being and their best selves and with their unconscious in a positive way. When you come out of the trance, you may remember everything that's happened, you may have some aha moments, you may just feel like you've had a deep sleep and woken up and curious to see what comes next. So when looking for a hypnotherapist, if you're drawn to work with that, it's common that you would have what's called a chemistry call to check if you resonate with that person, if there's a good potential for a therapeutic relationship. And I find I like to have recommendations from people that I know and trust. So if you're drawn to hypnotherapy, why not have a look and see how it can help you get in contact with your unconscious mind and make your life even better. Thank you so much.